Welcome to the end of day review for Thursday, the 28th of December 2023. As usual, kicking off with economic calendar. As you can see, there were no high impact news events. There was some medium impact, which was negative for the USD. But yeah, nothing red folder to concern ourselves about. Then, in terms of the charts, in terms of the 4 hour, essentially yesterday we did in fact break outside of this ERL level. So perhaps just to quickly go to the daily, you can see we broke outside the ERL level. The thing to note on the daily is that yesterday was the fourth consecutive bullish candle, and today would have been the fifth consecutive bullish candle, and thus because of that fact we could indeed trade both longs and shorts under the ERL continuation momentum scenario. In terms of the 4 hour, there's nothing much to look at other than to actually just observe that we are in the ERL scenario. There is this ERL pro trend OP from which we can validate pro trend, or from which we can validate primary legs from, only in the event that we actually have an ERL reversal leg coming into this area. Moving on to the 15-minute, what you can see here is that I guess in terms of the 15-minute there isn't much to report, and all the events that happened for today was focused on the 5 minutes, so I'm gonna jump onto the 5 minute and then we'll go from there. So what you can see is this morning when we did create the Frankfurt high of the day, at the time we would have been considering going longs just because the pro trend leg was extended and we could use our fib by aligning it or anchoring it to the Frankfurt high of the day and then obviously today's low of the day. However, we did have a change of character here, which then validated the ERL reversal primary leg, and as a result of that we did consider shorts, which did ultimately play out. However, it wasn't necessarily clear cut because there was a number of factors to consider. So the first one being the fact that in a London based situation you generally want to be trading well, in a short situation you want to trade below the previous high of the day. That's usually a good indication that price will actually go in your direction. And then the other consideration is if you are trading short above the previous high of the day, then you want some sort of news event, significant red folder news event, to back your trading above this level. So that was the first factor for not trading this, and then the second was the fact that in the London session you generally want your fib level to at least retrace to the 38.2, and as you can see we just missed that, but that wasn't really the issue in this instance. The main issue was the fact that if we were to actually enter here, then we would be invalidating this ERL reversal primary leg, because we would be validating this ERL continuation momentum primary leg either from this 5-minute unmitigated OB or the 4H area, which we outlined earlier on, which then led me to taking this long trade with the objective of targeting above this high, likely ADR, just because we are in a momentum scenario and we could very easily also continue to the upside. As you can see, that didn't actually play out and we actually moved to the downside. However, at that point there wasn't any possibility for retracements within a fib level. So if you look at that, the fibs are quite far at this point, and we've likely already moved our daily range. As you can see, we've already moved roughly 90 pips for the day, so trying to get into more shorts just don't make sense. So essentially we're closing off the day with -1 hour There was this potential, like I said, but there's just too many factors against it, and it's if it doesn't fit your plan, just don't mark it up, because then you're creating false evidence to support something that isn't really true, and you wouldn't actually take this trade. So it's about a 4 hour, 3.5 hour trade, but yeah, like I said, didn't fit the plan, didn't fit the entry criteria, so we let it go. Cool. So that's the end of day review, and we'll chat again tomorrow.